Sandra Bullock reveals her worst film. Hey guys, today we're going to talk about how Sandra Bullock reveals her worst film. Let's get right into it. During an interview with 2Fab, Sandra Bullock was asked which film she was embarrassed about, but she eventually changed her mind after seeing how much the fans loved it. Sandra Bullock, America's sweetheart, quickly responded to the question saying, "I have one no one came around to, and I'm still embarrassed I was in. It's called Speed 2. Although Speed was a huge success, when the script for the sequel Speed 2 was released, Keanu Reeves bailed and decided not to return. Sandra Bullock, on the other hand, was persuaded to reprise her role. While Speed was about a hijacked bus, the sequel was about a hijacked cruise ship. So, what caused Sandra Bullock to be embarrassed about her role in Speed 2? Bullock's character and her boyfriend are ordered to slow down the hijacked cruise ship in Speed 2. The actress believes that the film's premise is illogical. She said, "I've been very vocal about it. Makes no sense. Slow boat? Slowly going towards an island? That's one I wished I hadn't done. And no fans came around, that I know of." Jesse James's ex-wife also recalls that only a small number of fans attended the screening. She said, "Very quiet, like 5 people. 4 12-year-olds who were watching the slow boat going towards the tiny island." She was interviewed alongside her The Lost City co-star Daniel Radcliffe at the time. She went on to say that while the actor had success with sequels, she did not. When asked about her films that have sequels, she stated, "Every one of them have been an absolute stinker. Daniel Radcliffe has had nothing but success with sequels. One was better than the other. They're all brilliant, mine are all stinkers." Critics have also chosen Speed 2 as the actress's worst film from her vast career as well. While All About Steve dominated the Razzies in 2010, Speed 2 is the worst film starring Sandra Bullock. Cruise Control, widely regarded as one of the worst sequels of all time, was directed by Jean de Beaune from a script by Randall McCormick and Jeff Nathanson. The plot follows a couple as they travel to the Caribbean on a luxury cruise liner. When a villain named Geiger hijacks the ship and programs it to crash into an oil tanker, Annie and Alex team up with the ship's first officer to save everyone. Unlike its predecessor, Speed 2 received the most negative reviews from the most diverse group of critics. On the review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes, it still has a 4% approval rating. Furthermore, the consensus among critics is that the Sandra Bullock star falls short due to its laughable dialogue, thin characterization, surprisingly familiar plot devices, and action sequences that fail to generate any excitement. It was also a box office flop, grossing only $164 million against a $160 million production budget. As a result, the film was nominated for 8 Golden Raspberry Awards, including Worst Remake or Sequel. Sandra Bullock, on the other hand, does not shy away from her failed films. During the promotional tour for The Lost City, the actress expressed her displeasure with her role in Speed 2. She also stated that the premise was illogical because a slow boat approaching an island does not create a sense of urgency. Miss Congeniality 2: Armed and Fabulous, released in 2005, is another film that the Blind Side star dislikes. When asked by Metro UK if she'd be willing to return to those uncomfortable high heels for a 3rd installment in the franchise, she didn't mince words. She told the newspaper, "God no, no, no." While she did not mention her favorite film from her long list of roles, Bullock did detail the films that she is proud to show off. She proudly shared some of her films to the family, and she may be glad she headlined the ensemble on the said films. Sandra Bullock tells In Style, "Miss Congeniality is my daughter's favorite, hands down, 1000%. She thinks my work is extraordinary. My physical comedy for her is everything." She jokingly added, "Anytime I hit someone in the privates in the movie, she understands the genius of that and of her mother, whereas my son does not. He hasn't quite discovered the genius like she has, but that's okay. He allows me to mother him, bathe and feed him, and take care of him." Aside from Miss Congeniality, the actress expressed her enthusiasm for the premise of the film The Unforgivable. As a result, she joined the film's production team as one of the producers. Meanwhile, Sandra Bullock is currently enjoying success with The Lost City. The film is billed as an action-adventure comedy directed by the Nee brothers, who also co-wrote the script with Oren Uziel and Dana Fox, based on a story by Seth Gordon. The film was released on March 25th by Paramount Pictures and received mostly positive reviews. It also grossed more than $175 million at the global box office, despite a $68 million budget. The film is the 10th highest grossing release of 2022 as a result of its success. The Lost City tells the story of Loretta Sage, or Angela, a successful but depressed best-selling romance novelist who teams up with cover model Alan Caprison to find the ancient city depicted in one of her stories. Along the way, the unlikely duo must avoid a billionaire who believes Loretta will lead him to the city's riches. The film also stars Davine Joy Randolph and Brad Pitt. That's all for today, and we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.